Both topics are Sean Spicer, Communications Director for the Republican National Committee, and Brad Woodhouse, Communications Director for the Democratic National Committee. Thank you both. Brad, I'm going to start with you.
Sure.
The President was doing 2 DNC fundraisers last night.
Yep.
Thanks to the RNC, I now know, I believe it's numbers 30 and 31.
I believe that's thanks to Mark Knoller, I believe. But in any event.
Fair enough. We could look at this $10.5 million number and say, why isn't it even more?
Well, I mean, first of all, we don't know what the president's fundraising is yet for the campaign. That'll be released at the end of the quarter or in July. But I mean, you know, we're proud of what we've been able to do. We've had a fair amount of success. Our chair, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, has been a tremendous asset in dealing with major donors, and so we're happy with the number that we posted for the month of May.
And where are you compared to where Bush was at this point in time in his reelect?
Well,
that's
those numbers. That's a good question. I don't have those numbers with me, but we feel very good. But we know on the other side that Mitt Romney and Tim Pawlenty, and they're almost all they're doing right now is fundraising. So we know they'll all should post good numbers given the number of fundraisers you see them doing.
And Sean, look, your number for May, $6.2 million. Now, one thing that some folks have noted is that the same pace. That you're actually only a little bit ahead of the same pace that Michael Steele's chairmanship was on just in 2009, and there's some concern that maybe you guys aren't raising money as fast as Reince Priebus promised when he became chairman at the beginning of the year.
I think if you look below the numbers, you'll see that major donors are coming back in droves to the RNC. The net that we bring in month over month, which is what you have to look at, how much it costs to bring in and how much you're left to actually spend, is doing much better under Chairman Priebus. He is talking daily to I think, you know, we don't have the president out there doing 30 fundraisers for our side. So you've got Chairman Priebus and a group of good folks on the Republican side chipping away at this. But we're well ahead of where we hoped we'd be.
Does the economy affect fundraising?
Absolutely. I think when you've got 9.1% unemployment, when you've got millions of people out of work, when their houses are upside down, you know, contributing to a political campaign is tough. But for us, I think that there are a lot of people who say we want to give what we can to the Republicans because we need to turn this country around.
When should we measure Chairman Priebus as a fundraiser? Is it at the end of this year? When is it going to be fair to say, okay, this is an improvement on Michael Steele?
Well, I think it already is an improvement. I mean, so I think you can continually look at it, but month after month, you're going to see a continued growth in the RNC in terms of what we give, what we have on hand, and the resources that we have to be able to compete. So I think it's already there, and I think it'll continue to grow.
And very quickly,
sure.
You seem to be, all this money is going to the president and the DNC, all for the presidential race. You're hearing the usual gripes that you hear from Senate and House Democrats that says, hey, you're taking money away from their attempts to either hold the Senate or win back the House. What do you
Well, I don't think that's fair. First of all, I think most of them would acknowledge if the president is successful, folks down ballot are much more likely to be successful. The DNC did a tremendous amount during the midterms. We'll be helping down ballot races. You can be assured, and the president's success will help down ballot races as well.
Now you're both here and you're both in suits, but I believe, Sean Spicer, that is not the case. The bet is, and let's recap the results here. I think we have some photos. Was it even a race? Did you guys play touch football or was it softball? Well, you guys won by 2 touchdowns?
You know, Chuck, going back to the money for a second, I think Republicans have always shown that we've had a better ground game, and last night was positive.
First of all,
that's good spin.
First of all, you had nobody watching you guys. 3 people showed up at the DNC. They had hordes of folks, Brad.
Well, look,
who came to their
as you noticed, as you said, we had 2 fundraisers last night. We were actually out working, so but unfortunately, we did not prevail last night. But I will say this.
So you guys are like you're 0 for the Obama presidency.
We're 0 for the Obama presidency, but I'll say this. RNC victories in softball games over the DNC have not always been predictive of election outcomes.
All right, well, you got to put the hat on, brother.
This is the only gift that I'm ever going to give a Democrat, but go ahead.
All right, we'll finish the bet, but I think it's worth noting, Chuck, that this is victory, what does it say? Victory 2008. It's whited out.
Oh,
so,
wow. Recycling.
Yeah, I'm glad that Brad's noted that we're recycling.
Sean Spicer for the RNC. Brad
I will never make this bet again, I can promise you.
Fair enough. Yeah, you guys need some better softball players. Up next, a look at some of the